Welcome back, everyone, to Halloween Haunts 365. I'm Jared,
And I'm Terry.
also known as Parmesan Chicken.
Oh
We're
my
not letting that
God.
go yet. But we cover everything you can cover about the haunted attraction industry. So if you're into haunts and spooky stuff and scary stuff, click the little icon here and subscribe. What are we doing today?
We are doing an interview.
Another interview?
Yep, with Cheeks.
Cheeks. More Valley of Fear, which is fine by me. Um, we're actually working on another episode with Mike and Kristen,
Yes.
where I got some ideas for that. It'll be fun. But let's stop our guest from waiting.
Let's bring
And
her
here
in.
is Cheeks the Clown from Valley of Fear. How are you doing tonight, ma'am?
I'm good. How are you guys?
We are excellent.
Yes.
Before we get started, go birds.
Ugh.
Go birds.
Ugh.
Someone's Rams got demolished last week, but we won't talk about that.
Not a sports person at all. Like, I don't know. I grew up watching sports, but I just, since I became an adult, I just don't watch anymore.
I wish I could not watch. It'd save me some time.
We gotta think. Haunt
Remember-
season and football season kind of coincide.
Oh,
So,
yeah. When the Phillies are in the playoffs, the Eagles are playing, and then they got to get the haunt. It's
It's rough.
yeah, you gotta just DVR everything.
No, what we did was I have an iPad and I put it here while we were recording our reviews.
There you go. There you go.
Got to get the videos out. All right, so how did you start in haunt acting? What brought all this craziness on?
So actually, growing up, I hated haunted houses. Like I was terrified my entire life. I was like scarred as a young child, like going to Fright Fest and doing their like hayride that they used to have along the waterfront. So like growing up, like I was terrified. And right out of high school, my senior year, I started working at Six Flags in their character program. Can't say which ones I ever was, but I was pretty much all the characters. But come haunt season, they were like, okay, well, everybody who was involved in entertainment just kind of became a haunt actor. And I joined Fright Fest in '09. So do the math. I've been doing this for 15 years now. And I was a victim my first year, actually. So I was a victim on the Demented Forest Trail, and I did that for 2 years at Six Flags and just kind of went from there. I've worked at Corner of Chaos. They've closed down now, but I loved working there. We had such a fun crew. I'm friends with a lot of people from there still. And then they closed, and I went to Bloodshed, and I started there as their hayride manager because I had hayride experience. They had never done a hayride before, and they were like, "We need someone who has management experience and hayride experience." And I joined the crew. I was where I met my husband, and then we went to Valley 3 years ago. So here we are at Valley now.
Wow, 3 years already.
Yeah. That flew
Jesus.
Yeah.
by.
And it's crazy because we went in just to like do a guest spot one night, and the next thing you know, we're like, "Yeah, we're never leaving. Sorry, you're stuck with us."
They just barged all in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just kind of took over. I mean, not really took over, but we joined the crew and we had so much fun, and it's our forever family there. We've become so close with everyone, and it just felt like home from the second we stepped on property.
Yep.
Yeah. I can agree.
It has for us too, since we first went
Yeah.
12 years ago.
Yes.
Because we went before we even started all this.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
And they're definitely one of the ones that was behind us when we started it. So huge shout out to Valley of Fear. I love those people.
How long have
Yeah.
you been playing Cheeks the Clown?
Oh, good
So
morning. You joined the crew. It only took 4 years.
Hi. You didn't even have to ask her this time. But so this is my officially ninth year of playing Cheeks. It started on a whim, just kind of doing the Philly clown crawl, and you
What
know,
is the Philly Clown Crawl?
so it kind of was just like a bar hopping thing where everybody dressed up as a clown went bar hopping in
Oh,
Philly.
that's cool.
Yeah, so it was fun, and I met a lot of really cool people doing it. got to learn different, insights of being a clown doing that. More was just random people dressed up as clowns, but it was a lot of fun. And that's kind of where I created my first costume for Cheeks. And I actually took one of my old costumes and transformed it into a clown costume and added some extra pieces. But um, the first time I ever did my clown makeup, it was completely different. And then I kind of had to be like, all right, I'm getting into the convention circuit with the Circus Rejects and with Grin and Carnage. And I was like, all right, we got to come up with a signature look. And I kind of just bought some makeup in specific colors and created my look. And it's transformed a little bit over the years, but um, it's pretty much the same basic pattern for the eyes. And from there, the nose and the mouth kind of have evolved and taken place of what it is today. But yeah, it's been a fun ride.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Get out. I'm renting a studio. I'm done with this.
I don't even know how she opened the door.
Well, their nose.
Oh.
We have to put a brick in front of it or something. All right. What drew you to Valley of Fear as a haunt actor?
So we were followed by Jingles for a long time. He was a big fan of coming to visit us at Bloodshed, visit us at conventions, and Mike DeGrossa was following us, I believe, as well. And him and Jingles kind of kept pestering us to come and, come play a night, come play a night. And we took the season off. We were like, we're going to just go visit places and have fun wherever we find ourselves. And one night they were like, the boys were like, hey, let's go play Valley. And I was like, okay, let's go. So that was that. I've never been to Valley before. Grin and Carnage had a while ago. It's where they met Breezy. And, Breezy's one of our really close friends, along with our travel agent. So if you ever need a good travel agent, she's
Huge shout out to
fantastic.
Breezy.
Yeah, I love Breezy. She's my clown sister. But yeah, so, I've heard great things, especially being local to the area. So we were like, okay, let's go.
That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So, quick break from the haunting. It's
Mm.
raining out. You're popping some popcorn. You got your beer or soda, whatever you're into. What movie are you putting on? What's your
Oh
comfort food
God.
movie?
So I am kind of more of a like a rom-com person, but if it's horror related, I always go back to like Halloween series or the Saw movies. They're really like my favorite horror series. But go-tos are definitely rom-coms. I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just a chick. I just love watching funny stuff and I love I love musicals as well. So I grew up in musical theater, so I don't know. I love a good sing-along as well.
All right.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
No, there's no wrong answer to that.
They're fun.
So, does Cheeks have a backstory, and how do you bring this character to life every crazy night at the Valley of Fear?
So Cheeks kind of doesn't really have like a major backstory. It's just kind of I got sucked into the circus rejects and was stolen by them. Their backstory though, is mainly like they met in clown school and got kicked out and that's why they were called the circus rejects. And they found me along the way, just along the side of the road and kind of just pulled me into their little rejected circus freaks.
Love it.
But, other than that, Cheeks herself doesn't have a backstory. I mean, as lame as that is.
No, that's fine.
Sorry. Do you have any special costumes, makeups, or props that you make Cheeks unique?
Well, I think we all know what my secret prop is.
Yeah.
So, you guys will see it in the thumbnail, but I'm going to have her tell you what it is right now and how the hell she does it.
So, funny story. So, actually, at the Philly Clown Crawl is where the first time that I saw it was. First time I ever was a clown. But balloons are my props. not a full balloon, but just a small little mouse, as I like to call it. You start with the little tiny, just little mouse, but I stick balloons up my nose and I pull it out of my mouth. It's just a fun little party trick that I learned over the
Mhm.
years of clowning. We were like, Grin tried it and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try this." And I was like, "Okay, good luck." And he has a terrible gag reflex. So he's sitting there literally with a Homer bucket, dry heaving and vomiting while trying to do this. And I was like, "I can do it." I did it first try and I've kind of just became my signature things when we went and did conventions. And I never really did it in the haunt industry until I started at Valley, and I was like, being in the toy box and in the circus, there's so many of us, and you kind of need like something to really stand out. And I was like, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna shove the balloon through my face. Why not? I came out of that box. First off, none of the monitors knew what it was going to be. None of the other people in my scene knew what was going to happen. And I just popped out and shoved this thing through my face. And they were like, "Oh my God, what is happening?" Like, they had no idea I could even do this. And the
That
guests were freaking out. And I was just like, all right, bet. Like, this is my new, like, hayride trick. Because again, there's so many of us. You kind of need to be able to, like, take away from other people at times too, so that way you kind of like get people's attention and can get that scare out of them. And for me, my scare is more of that gross out factor. um People are mortified by me and it's crazy because it's just a balloon, it's just a little party trick, and people are like, there's no way that's real. And like, I'll just take the whole thing and I'll pull it right out and dangle it, and they're like, "Oh my God." But yeah, and it's funny because sometimes as the wagon's leaving, I'll throw it back through my face, and they're like, "That's insane." Some
well,
people think it's really cool, and some people don't. But it's good because, when they're looking at me and they see it, and then they're like, "Oh my God," and they look away, someone else is right there ready to get them. So it's kind of like a tag team effort, the way that we do it in there.
Yeah, that scene's incredible. It's one of my favorite hayride scenes of all time.
I
Oh,
know
I
the
love
first
it.
time I saw it, I was like, what the hell? How did she
Yeah,
do that?
yeah,
And like you said, there's so much going on and so many good
yeah.
actors in there that it's fucking pure insanity, and I love that.
Yeah, it's a very high powered scene with a lot of really strong actors. And this year we had Mims come in and he took over for Grin's doors because, obviously we know Grin moved on to Miles Manor, but Mims did fantastic, and all the tricks that he had, that he came up with himself, and was just like, "What do you guys think?" And I was like, "Just go for it, see how it does." And he did great. And we were so glad to have him and have Zane as our new ringmaster, and Victor Grin, and he did fantastic as well. And it was a really strong scene, and we have so much fun together. We're like our own little, I explain it as the circus is our immediate family and Valley is our big extended messed up family. But yeah, I mean, we have such, and we're so close to each other, so it's really fun.
That's awesome. So, how has Cheeks evolved over the years, if at all?
So over the years, Cheeks has kind of evolved from a convention clown. I have different parts of Cheeks, like, because we used to do so many things when it came to the rejects. We did horror conventions, we did tattoo conventions. Um, we did a bike night one time. We did a bike weekend. We've done so much stuff that, there's different levels to Cheeks and different levels to all of our characters, that we kind of had to create different sides of our characters. Convention Cheeks is different than, Haunt Cheeks, and Haunt Cheeks is different than, if I went and did a event. Like, I've done Friday the 13th events at tattoo shops. So they're all different in a way because you have to adapt to your environment
Mhm.
as an actor. Um, you know, Convention Cheeks is more fun and flirtatious compared to Haunt Cheeks, where, in the convention industry, you're surrounded by little children, and you got to be able to have fun with them and not scare them, because you're not there to be scary. You're there to have fun and entertain the crowd.
Good points.
So,
Yeah. definitely.
It's different, and it's sometimes it's hard to flip the switches, but you just kind of just throw yourself into it, and the second you walk into the place that, all right, this is the cheeks I'm today, and not the other cheeks. I'm this cheeks today.
Hmm. So there's a rumor that you're retiring.
Hey, we're gonna break that out
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
All right,
Just throw it out there. Um,
just rip the
so
band-aid
as
off. We could have done that at the end, but okay.
I,
so yeah, I mean, so it's a really hard decision and a lot of
She's not fucking retiring.
no, I can't see you doing that.
So the problem is that I've really bad knee issues. I've been doing this for a long time. I played soccer for many years. I danced in musical theater and at Six Flags, and I've done so much damage to my body, and my back as well. Like I got scoliosis. I now have arthritis in my lower back. So it's the scene that I'm currently in the circus is such a high impact scene. And from going up and down off that stage all night long, it's done so much more damage to my knees. And there was nights where like I literally had to go skip wagons because I was in so much pain physically. And I've been trying to do physical therapy. I was going 2, 3 times a week, and going to the physical therapist, it just didn't really do much. It's more causing more damage than it was doing anything for it. So we'll see what happens. I'm kind of hoping to maybe take a year off from haunting and doing something else. I just don't know what.
Like, I
And
got something for you to do.
Yeah.
I know you've offered many times,
Come
come
on,
join you guys,
I got
but
t-shirts now. Come on,
the thing is, I could never leave Valley. I still want to be
you can
there.
still
It's
go to
just
Valley. It's just one that you go to another place.
but yeah, I mean,
I could do
it's
split custody. I do it with my kids. I can do it with you.
Yeah.
yeah, it's just, haunt season's a while away still, so we'll see what happens. It
How,
might just be
how
certain nights that Cheeks comes out to play.
I was gonna say, how about a line actor?
That's a lot of moving, though.
Yeah, that's true
Yeah,
too.
especially the hill, like working that hayride line
Oh yeah.
all night long.
Oh,
No, I'm good.
yeah.
I go up that one time a year, and I bitch the entire fucking time I walk up
I
there.
can't imagine doing
Oh
it
my God,
multiple times.
multiple times a night I already do it, so it's like, oh my God, it's terrible.
The Valley of
Um,
Fear is why I have actual haunt shoes to get up that fucking hill.
yeah,
Them and
you need them.
Markovs. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like we always tell our actors too. It's like you gotta have good traction on your
mhm.
boots, and like yeah, we go up the gravel, you guys go up through that wet grass depending on the night, and
Yeah.
becomes slippery and muddy and
And not
gross.
last year, but the year before, it was misting, so everything was wet, and that was when I
Yeah.
decided, listen, I gotta find some cheap hiking boots because we do enough of this shit that I'm gonna die.
Well, and it's crazy because like 2023 we had such a
Oh my
muddy, like
god.
wet year. And there
Mhm.
was a lot of nights we were out there in the rain and the mist and stuff, just haunting and stuff. And Willie's is it's so muddy, like
Yeah.
it's so bad. And we literally would leave at the end of the night and we used to find shoes in the parking lots. People would just leave their shoes. They're like, yep, guess we can't clean these. Bye.
Yeah, the only attraction that the mist helps is Miles Manor because the way
Yeah.
the shrouds on top work, it looks like the house is dripping, so it adds a creepy effect to it. But
Yeah,
other
it
than
really
that, it's a
holds the
nightmare.
fog too.
Yeah.
There was one night in 23 we were so fogged out in the circus, like coming out of Carney's into the circus, that the tractor had no idea if our doors were open or closed, and he was just sitting there forever. We were like, let's go. So we like all got our phones out, we were with the flashlights, and we're like, hello. It was so funny though. We were like, what is he doing? Why is he just sitting there? Did something happen?
Yeah, 2023 was shit.
Yeah.
2024 was epic, like
Yeah.
weather-wise.
Yeah, we had a really good season weather-wise. It was really good. We didn't have any snow, thank God. And because, sometimes we'll get those random October snowstorms and
Yeah.
it gets really cold. But this year it wasn't too bad weather-wise, temperature-wise. But, you gotta have a costume that adapts to that weather too.
Yep.
Because always layer up. You can always take off layers if you get too hot, but if you don't have enough layers to put on, then you're gonna freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite part of haunt acting, and what keeps you coming back for the last 15 years?
Um, I don't know. I mean, it's hard because there's so many different things that I love about the haunt industry in general. I've done build crew for years at Bloodshed and Corner, and now I've started to dabble in it at Valley, and I love being able to see the sets come to life and the characters come to life and get to watch the awesome makeup teams, do those looks and the costumes and so much stuff. And it's just an art, it really is just an art. And it's such a different type of acting that is so hard to do. And it's so different, but it's so much improv. Like, it's so many people are like, oh, they want to do it this way and they want to do it that way. And I'm like, but you're gonna get that group that's gonna like it this way, but you're gonna get a whole nother group that's gonna react totally different to you. And you need to be able to be like on top of it all the time. It's so much improv and so many people don't realize it. Um, but it's just so much fun. Like, we have such a great time, and to be able to see the reactions on people's faces, like, I literally had somebody jump off the wagon this year and vomit in the bushes.
That's great.
My God.
Yeah, the security guards were like, "You'll never believe what happened." I was like, "What?" And they were like, "Some girl was so grossed out by you. She jumped off the wagon and she was throwing up everywhere." I was like, "That's great." Like, that's buck, you have your haunt checklist every
Yep.
season.
Time for a
And
new
it's just
patch.
yeah. Yeah. So,
That's
it's always fun
funny.
for the books.
I thought of another question, but I guess we'll go to that one. Can you share a memorable interaction you've had with a guest as Cheeks?
Oh God. There's so many, I've been doing this for 9 years now, and I just there's little kids that always come back, and they saw us in the convention circuit, and they used to come back to the same shows every year, and they would, you get to see these kids grow up, and it's so cool. And you watch them when you go to the haunts too, and they come back to see you, and it's always so fun to see those kids that are so excited to see you. But even then this year, there was people that would come through and they're like, "Oh my God, I remember you from last year." And it's so fun to see that. It's so great. And to be like, "Oh my God, am I really not going to do this next year?" I'm like, it's such a toss up because people look forward to it. I know it's hard. It's really hard, but you got to do what's best for your body sometimes.
You do.
Um, you do, but I love being able to interact with the customers and get to hear, their reactions to everything. But there's no like one memory that ever like sticks out. Well, okay. So there's one story. So
Here we
I don't
go.
remember I don't know which convention it was, but when we used to do the conventions, they used to do the balloon tricks for all these little kids. And I would have the children pull the balloons out of my face. And I would tell them to smack their parents with my balloons in their faces. And they would go up to their parents and smack them in the face with the balloons. And this one little girl smacked her dad right in the teeth,
Oh,
right in the teeth. So, that's always a fun one. So,
oh my God.
yeah, gotta love it. He was appalled and so grossed out.
That is so
Well, I know
funny.
the night we were there last year, you gave that balloon away to a kid.
Yeah.
I had to stop doing that. But, I said, well, if they ask for it, I give it to them.
Right,
I don't force it on anyone. I don't throw it on anyone.
right.
And I kind of beat the system by it a little bit by offering it. And if they took it, they took it.
That's what happened.
One of my friend's girlfriends still has my balloon. She has it in her room at home. Probably
Yeah.
very deflated now, but if she wanted to keep it, I am not gonna, deny that to anyone. It's a free souvenir.
Right.
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 Mhm.
So, how do you prepare? I'm
Go
sorry, did I
ahead.
jump in
Go
front?
ahead.
I'm not used to you being this active. So, sorry.
Go ahead.
How do you prepare for a night of scaring? Do you have any rituals or routines?
Lots of caffeine. Most of the time we come from our day jobs, especially on those Thursdays and Fridays. So, chugging and pounding energy drinks as fast as possible to get through. You always pregame with some ibuprofen to get through the night as well, so that way, my knees don't give out. But I do my own makeup. So, I get there, I put my stuff down, I go up to the top of the hill, I say hi to everybody, and then I disappear and I just go sit in the circus and I put on some tunes and Spice Girls Radio is a good one on, Pandora. It's just got a lot of fun, upbeat music to just kind of get your
Yeah.
body moving. Um, you know, but it's just kind of nice to just decompress from everybody for a little bit and just kind of get in your headspace and really just kind of close off your mind from the outside world to get yourself ready and, get dressed. And then everyone else would show up to the circus and we would again have a little dance party and just get going and wait for it to get dark.
It's the longest wait ever.
Right.
It's so long, so
It
long.
is. Like,
But this year
stop.
we got but this year we got to see the Northern Lights the one night when we were getting ready for
Yeah,
it to get dark.
yeah,
That was pretty cool. Did you see the
No.
pictures from
Yeah,
Valley
yeah.
there?
yeah, I saw the
Well,
pictures.
the
But
one in front behind the manor was so cool.
They need to move daylight savings time to September.
Right? It would be so
I
much
could
more
fit.
fun.
I could fit at least 3 more haunts a year if
Yeah.
the hayride started at 6 instead of like 8.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It sucks in September.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone new to haunt acting?
Just go for it. It never hurts to try and try new things is kind of how I got into this and here I am 15 years later. But, if you're afraid and you're nervous and, you just kind of you want to try it, just try it. Just go for it. It doesn't hurt to just, go for it. You gotta give it all you got and everybody is unique in the haunt industry. Everybody has so many different personalities and everybody's got that quirkiness about them. So just don't be afraid to try and give it all you got.
I like it.
Yeah.
So, how has Valley of Fear grown or changed during your time there? And man, has it changed?
It's changed a lot. Yeah, I mean, my first season, we were in the toy box and we had that tiny little space, and they realized that we weren't leaving, and they were like, all right, well, now we got to build them a bigger space. So they gave us the circus, and, we were in awe when we showed up and we saw that circus. It was mind blowing. And, Rob is, critiquing himself all the time. It's not ready when we first saw it, but it's so beautiful and I love it so much. And just even let alone from that, but we had um before the toy box, my first year, we had Freaks Alley and they got rid of Freaks Alley and kind of moved it down a little bit to be like the Carnies area, and added the motel and that's such a fun scene too. We added Crystal Lake. Crystal Lake is such a great scene. The the multiple people who play Jason Voorhees and those victims, they put so much effort into it every night and
The
they
victims
do
are
so
outstanding. I gotta give them all
they
credits.
are mind-blowingly good. It's crazy. It's so good and going back sometimes and like watching their stuff through our videos that they put out there and make every year is it's so cool to watch it and they do such a great job and that's probably the hardest haunt job that you can have
Yeah,
is being those victims and having to kill those victims because you have to be so on top of it and it's so choreographed and you have to do it so gently so you don't hurt the person even though they have bruises every night still, but either way
and every cart. So it's not
Yeah.
like
yeah,
they're doing it
yeah,
like, you know, three, four times a night. They're doing it, what, 50, 60 times a night?
Yeah, some
Yeah.
nights, yeah, it's crazy. And then to see Miles Manor transform this year was insane. Like absolutely insane.
I've never
Like,
seen an attraction go from 7 minutes to 16 minutes in a year. Never.
I think it was
yeah,
a little bit longer than
I
that.
think it was too, but I'm just,
Ballparking.
ballparking.
I think it was
yeah.
like 22,
I don't think it was
23.
that long. Calm down.
But
It's
it
like
was
not only
good.
that, but like getting to watch them build that front room was absolutely insane. Like just watching the involvement from Rob's sketches and blueprints to be like telling the guys as they're building it, I'm like, okay, this one is this long, this one's this like it's crazy the way that he does these measurements on his blueprints and getting to watch it all come together. And I work a full-time job, so then coming in after a week of not being there on the weekend to help with certain things. It was crazy. And then you have Willie's with that final scene this year, and it's just crazy. Like it's insane. They work
Breathtaking. It
so
was
it's
that we all six of us just stood there and was like,
I think we
yeah.
all said, holy shit.
yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. You walk out there, they're like, there's a waterfall. Like,
I
what?
know.
It's insane the amount of stuff that they do. I mean, I can't even imagine what next year's gonna bring.
Oh,
I literally can't even fathom what they're gonna come up with next.
the snow needs to melt. God damn
I know, I
it.
know,
It
I
should
know.
this week.
Okay. Are there any behind the scenes moments or funny stories you'd like to share about working with the team? Because we know
Um,
they're all crazy. So,
They're all insane.
yeah, I mean, we have a good time. We have a lot of fun. We get a lot of work done, but we joke around a lot. I don't think there's any like particular stories other than the fact that, they're all nuts. It's just it's a fun time. It's a really fun time, and in between hay wagons or carts or whatever the heck they even call them anymore. I think they call them wagons. I'm so used to them being called so many different things over the years, and like I don't even know. I get yelled at it for every night. I'm like, all right, whatever you want to call it.
the shit carrying people, that's what we'll call
Yeah, the stuff carrying people, who cares?
it.
Um, yeah, I mean, we have a good time. We joke around a lot and we play pranks on each other, and yeah,
Awesome.
we yell at each other too when they're being stupid.
It's like a family. So you're going to have your bickering. You're going to have your moments where
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
goofy and silly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what do you think makes Valley of Fear stand out compared to other haunted attractions? Because every haunt has their own ID. You know what I mean?
They
Their
do.
own aura, their own thought process. I mean, you can have. Well, let's not kid ourselves. There's 4,000 clown scenes throughout the industry, but
Yeah,
everyone is different because everyone has a different idea. What do you think Valley of
absolutely.
Fear does to stand out? Because in the last 3 years, they've really friggin' stand out.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's really when it comes to it, it's our actors. Everybody's got their own personalities and they really bring their personalities to their characters. And I feel like we have such a strong Haunters team. We've got, in my mind, some of the best haunters out there. We may not have the prettiest scenes when it comes to certain things or the best animatronics or the
Who
best
said? Have you been
costumes
through
or
Miles
makeup.
Manor?
I know, I know. I'm just saying though, I'm just saying, like, you go to certain other places and you're like, oh my God, this is beautiful. Like, but then their actors aren't good, like it all comes down to your actors and
100%.
bringing their scenes to life. And I feel like our actors do that. I just feel like we have such a strong team, and it's such a group effort when it comes down to it. When it comes to, our makeup was fantastic this year. Our makeup team really kicked it up. The costuming that they have for our main characters, Jingles spends so much time on them. It's insane the amount of stuff that he can do. The Willy Wonka costume, he sat there and he resin molded all these pieces of candy to put on the shoulder. Like, it's crazy. And, you know, that's all the stuff that the actors are wearing. Like, it's just, it's, they bring everything to life.
Yep.
It's so good.
So before we go into the next subject, so you've been in the industry long enough. What do you think's been the biggest change throughout the industry? Because I mean, I've been going in and out since the '80s. You've been going in and out since the '80s.
Yeah.
What do you think's been the biggest change?
I mean, I think the biggest change is definitely the prices.
Well, that's with everything, though.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, no,
that's
that's everything. But I think, when it comes down to it, COVID really did a number on us, like being a bloodshed, just look at them. They've become a drive-through and they're doing fantastic. But, that really changed the industry
Yeah.
because we're so close to you and we're so hands-on and in your face. There's so many people who will come through still with masks because they don't want to be, involved like that because they're so afraid to catch something.
No, but also
Um,
driving their car alone with a mask on. So
yeah.
it's just
I
whatever.
saw
well, they
one,
do.
yes, the other day.
Yeah, it's insane. Now we've got this neurovirus going on and people are like, oh my God. But,
To
I,
me, I think it's makeup.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I would agree.
makeups.
Like animatronics have been animatronics. Sure, they're getting more. I guess we'll
Yeah,
call it real looking, but are they? Because you know. But
yeah,
actors are actors. Scenes, there's always been pretty scenes. Of course, it's easier to make prettier scenes now, but makeup has been the complete friggin' game changer in the last like
absolutely.
5 years. It's been insane.
Absolutely. Yeah, the products that they put out for makeup now, the fake blood that stays looking like
Uh
fake
huh.
blood is
Yeah.
insane. Like the way that they, make that work. If you look back through pictures at Valley and you go through them and you're like 5 years from now to now, like our makeup is through the freaking roof
Yeah.
compared to 5 years ago. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. I mean, it's
And
mind blowing.
I'd like to say the owners are really putting in and that, but really it's the makeup artist
Oh yeah,
because they all challenge each other.
they do.
And
They
they
really
Yeah.
they
do.
all come together from all different haunts because I'm in a lot of the groups and you know this haunt will do this look. I'm like, oh shit, that's awesome, but I could add to that. Then they do this, and that goes back to like the community that makeup artists have built is really fucking impressive, and I think it's really what's on fire this year between
Mhm.
the Valley's makeup this year, the off season event we went to at
Laurel's?
Laurel's. They had a Mr. Frost. Dude was completely blue with like frozen eyelashes. It was
Yeah.
Yeah,
insanity.
yeah,
Like coming up, you had, white makeup on your face with maybe a little red for cheeks with a cloak. That was haunt acting. That's all you saw unless they were in masks.
yeah,
And now, like it's rare you see masks. They're still out there, but for the casual actor, you could transform quickly.
yep,
It's insane.
absolutely. Yeah, it's mind blowing. And to sit there and I'll walk into the makeup trailer and I helped them set up some of the stuff in the makeup trailer this year and putting stuff out and I'm just looking at the stuff and I'm just like it's insane. It's the amount of different colors that they have
Mhm.
is crazy to make a bruise or a huge gash through your face. And the prosthetics are so fun, and we use a decent amount of prosthetics but not an overly amount of prosthetics in our haunt. I feel like it's just certain ones that really stand out that you're like, yes, that character needs it, and it makes the character stand out more.
Yep.
But yeah, it's
And these artists,
incredible.
they work on this all year. Like it's
They
not
do.
just haunt season. I
Yeah.
constantly see meetups and greets and people battling over Instagram with crazy
Yeah,
like almost every day I see invites to a meetup. We need models.
yeah,
Come let us paint your face. Let's try this out. And it's like March.
yeah. Yeah, our so Rob is a very talented makeup artist and he will hold classes with our makeup team throughout the entire year to get them prepared and teach them new tricks. And I think that's what really made our makeup team top notch this year was those makeup classes that he did with them. I got to be a model a couple times, and it's so cool watching. And some of them were brand new makeup artists this year. They'd never touched an airbrush machine, and seeing them evolve just through this season, it was insane. And giving them the encouragement to be like, you did fantastic, and that look is incredible. Like, it makes them feel good, which makes their work better too. So, you know it's crazy.
Yeah. So all those new to the channel,
Yeah.
haunted attractions is a year-long thing.
It
It
is.
really is. We've
Yeah.
learned that because we haven't stopped.
No, we
Yeah.
haven't.
It's like one cycle to the next cycle. So we got done Christmas and we had interviews. Then we have Valentine's Day coming up, which will be the next
Yeah.
video. We have two of them. Then we have St. Patty's Day. There's a bunch of places open for that. Then we have the haunt convention. Or you could go to
Yeah.
Transworld. It just didn't work out for us for Transworld this year. And
Yeah.
then, you got the halfway to Halloween, which is May and
Mhm.
June. And then you only got 3 months left till the season. It's
Yeah.
nonstop.
And that's the crunch time for us
Yep.
too, is right
It's the
after
build
this
time.
halfway to Halloween's.
Yep.
Like, you're like, oh my God, it's coming. We gotta
Yeah.
hurry up.
And it sucks the build time lands on, April, May, June, July, August because it's 100 degrees out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's crazy. All right, so you may not have an answer to this question, but we're going to ask it anyway. Do you have any plans to develop Cheeks further or take on new haunt challenges coming up?
Would I like to say that Cheeks is gonna have new things? Absolutely. I just don't know yet. I don't know how my body's gonna be come August when we're
Yeah.
getting ready to do all of this stuff. And having set in stone where characters are going and all of that. I can't give an 100% answer because I don't know. I mean, I've talked to our management team and said, find me something to do that's not acting. So we'll see if there's other opportunities for me still at Valley. I just don't have any answers yet.
Yeah,
I don't know
that's,
what's going to happen. I mean, I would love to get back in the convention circuit. That would be so much fun because, then at least it's not nonstop for months on end. Getting back out there to do horror conventions and stuff like that. And
yeah, and it's a good
any,
time for those too, because I mean, Monster Mania is completely overbooked and insanity. And
Mhm.
then New Jersey Horror Con's really catching traction now too.
yeah, yeah. I remember when they started and we did their shows a couple times, and it's such a fun show. It's such a
Yeah.
fun crowd. And, you know, uh,
That's what I wish
Ryan,
Monster Mania would look at. Like, I
yeah.
understand you have a relationship with Cherry Hill, but Cherry Hill is
It's
too fucking
small.
small.
Yeah, it is. It is. And Ryan's such a good guy too, and he puts on a great show.
He does. And I've been to one New Jersey Horror Con, and it's wide open. You can walk. Monster Mania, we stopped going just because of the craziness, but I took her to meet
Where you go? Oh, when we saw Charlie.
yeah, well, I took her to meet Charlie Hunnam for her
Uh,
birthday. When
mm-hmm.
I tell you, like, it's so overpacked that the line to get into the celebrity photo ops covers up like 12 vendor tables.
Yeah, it
Like,
does.
that's when you have a problem.
What was
I
it?
would be,
Fright
Yeah.
Rags?
it was Fright Rags. You could not see Fright Rags booth. I would not pay you any money if people can't see my booth for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's insane. You've been around enough. You've made enough. Get a bigger location because you bring great people in. It's just
Yeah,
that's my biggest complaint with horror conventions right now.
absolutely. I mean, to be honest, I've only been to Monster Mania once, and I wasn't I wasn't in awe.
No,
I mean,
it's
Mm-mm.
do it.
too many people.
It is. I mean, when it comes to Monster Mania, there's so many people that have become such good friends at
Hmm.
the conventions. And it creates its own little family. Um, but yeah,
I
it's
love what
not
he
for
does. I
me.
love the people that go, but
Yeah,
you need room to breathe.
Right.
yeah, you do.
You're on
You
top of each
absolutely
other.
do.
Like 10
And
years ago, Cherry Hill was fine. It was
right,
perfect.
and
Now,
the venues become so strict about certain rules.
yeah.
So it's hard on that too,
Mhm.
is, they have had to cut so many things because of the way that they've put in these rules.
Yeah. There's bigger locations and not too far much further from Cherry Hill. So
Yeah.
but what are you gonna do? What do I know?
Yeah.
So, what are your personal goals for the next haunt season? Whether it be haunting again or what do you want to do?
I want to be more involved behind the scenes. I want to be able to help anywhere and everywhere that I can. I would love to help out when it comes to costuming. I would love to help out when it comes to makeup or anything really. Building, painting. I just want to help out wherever I can and become more involved in those behind the scenes things and really just take it further that way since I can't do too much with my acting career right now.
Are you getting
I
any
want,
younger?
yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm old, but I'm not young anymore,
Listen,
Mid
Right.
10 years of just going to haunts has beat the shit out of me, let alone
Right.
15 years of acting. So, trust me, we get you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and
How much more Wawa can we fucking eat? I mean,
right, that's what I'm saying. Like the amount of junk I eat in the month of October, like I don't know if I ate a solid meal the whole month of
we did
October.
it.
We didn't.
Yeah.
September, October, we got I
Yeah.
think we got the 37, just us. And I think I ate Wawa 2 nights a week because it's right there.
Yeah.
And you can eat it while you're driving, and yeah, it's just
We have to start doing what Tim and Yolanda do.
what?
Just go after. Unless you're
But
doing
I'm
more than
starving on
two.
the way because it's
Yeah.
four
I mean,
o'clock,
Well,
5 o'clock on the way,
yeah.
and
To
then
it's
leave
we,
hard.
there at 11, 12 o'clock at night, like you're starving. Like even then, like
Yeah.
I come
yeah.
home and I'm like, what do we have in the house? Like, what can I eat? I'm like, I'm hungry. And by the time that our actors are done, the food vendors are packing up and they're like, oh, we've sold out or whatever. Like there's nothing left. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm hungry.
And
What do you have? You have Wawa. That's all
it
it's open.
it's not realistic for us to
Right.
go to a
Especially
nice
if you have
restaurant because
to.
we're going Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
We're
And
not
your
going to
work
eat an
coming
eighty
right from
dollar
work.
meal every
Right.
night.
You're coming from
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, and I'm getting off a plane, and we're usually hopping to a haunt. You're driving from wherever the hell you were
Right.
to get on a car. So, yeah, I mean, like your diet takes a shit, your body takes a shit. It's tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always say the haunt weight. You're like, oh, how much did you gain during
Uh
haunt
huh.
season eating all this junk? Like,
Luckily,
yeah, I'm being active and I'm running around, but it kind of balances
it
itself
does.
out.
It
It
does.
does.
You would think, walking 10 miles in 3 attractions in a night would lose weight, but not when you're
No.
grabbing that fucking Italian hoagie from Wawa.
Yeah. You're just burning off the calories that you just put in your body.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, it's crazy.
And you're more hungry because you're burning more calories.
Yep. So you're gonna eat at the haunt anyway.
Yeah, I keep
Right.
snacks behind my little bag.
There
I
you
keep
go.
I keep a bag of snacks in my cubby for in between wagons sometimes. Little candy bar just to shove some sugar in my face to keep myself going.
Maybe you should get a cooler for the trunk like the carpetbagger does.
Oh yeah.
And then we can keep lunch meat and bread back there.
There
Yeah.
you
Just
go.
make a little sandwich on the way home. And save money.
Yeah, put it in your
Yeah.
cargo pockets are great. You can keep snacks in them.
I need to get a pair of cargo pants now that we're talking about that. Because I carry too much shit in the haunts.
Yeah, right? Cargo pants are great. And they have ones with zippers so you can zip them
See,
up
I
for
need
when you
that
sit
too.
down on the wagons.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
because when I'm on a wagon, I'm constantly checking to make sure my keys haven't fallen out.
Absolutely. And most places are no bags, so you can't bring anything with you.
Right.
Right.
Yep. Yeah.
Cargo pants are the way. They make them for women too.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting her a pair. Yeah, I have a whole haunt outfit just in case everyone's like I have a uniform I wear.
Yeah.
But if I go to enough of them, I need this shit. Because
Yeah,
especially when we're like able to film, there's batteries,
Right.
there's microphones,
Mics.
there's microphone stands, there's the camera. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And this one, we were doing the Field of Screams media night. I have a whole camera bag that has everything we ever need to do a live show. And I just carry that. And, I'll take the camera out while we're at the hall. She's like, why don't you just carry the book bag? I'm like, the book bag's 40 pounds. You want to carry this through Field of Screams? Have fun.
Yeah. No thanks.
I did.
Especially when you're going
You're not
through all
just bringing the bag? Yeah. I'm going to crawl through the attic of Field
Yeah,
with
we
the
forgot
40
about
pound
that.
bag on my back.
Oh my God.
All right. So speaking of like other haunts, what are some of your you love to go to in the area?
So we go to Field Screams every year. It
Yes.
doesn't matter if they've changed anything or not. They're our
It's like
second
the
haunt.
start of the season.
It
Field of
is.
Screams to
It
me is
really
just like
is.
it's like the NFL kickoff or opening day in baseball. It's like
Yeah.
our opening day. Do you know how thrown off I was this year that we didn't open at Field of Screams? We opened at
Yeah.
Laurel's
Yeah.
Yeah.
just because
I'm
the fields usually open the week before everybody.
Yeah, they normally are, and they were open the week before us this year because we opened up really early this year. We
Yeah.
Our opening night was, what was it, September 21st, and that's so early for us. And we went into November this year, which was crazy. We had such a long season, which, a lot of our actors aren't used to, and we did a lot of weekends where it was Thursday through Sunday, and it was a
Yeah.
lot. But, Field is definitely one of the ones that we hit up first. We have so many friends there when it comes to Kronk and, Bonjo and Breezy and, a lot of other behind the scenes people. We have Kylie, we have Haley, Bartles. God, there's so many of them. But we go there and we have so much fun just even saying hi to them. It doesn't even have to be going through the attractions. I love their stuff to begin with, but they have such a great crew of people that are so kind and so welcoming. And we've guest spotted there a couple times and we have so much fun going. And this year we brought a pretty big group. I think we had like 20 to 30 people this year from Valley that went. And
Hmm. That's
we
awesome,
had a
though.
lot of fun. Yeah, it was a good way to get the season going. And, it got so many people just kind of like so excited for the following weekend to start too. And I love starting the season by going to another haunt and supporting them and getting excited for what's to come for us.
Yeah, it was always our because after halfway to Halloween, you got that 3 or 4 month break. So
Nothing.
I got to get back in the haunt shape. So Field of
Yeah.
Screams open. They'll have that media night the first Saturday. It's a nice
Yeah.
warm up because then you only have one open that weekend, so we're not killing ourselves. And then you hit the three a week after that. But this year we started at Laurel's because they were open.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was crazy.
Um, Yeah, I love them. I mean, there's so many other great places I've been to. I mean, we haven't really gotten to go to too many this year because of such a long and
Crazy Thursday to
draining
Sunday
season.
schedules.
Thursday to Sunday schedules was crazy this year. We've had a couple ones where we had Wednesdays too. Like
And you had
we
no
had such a
rainouts.
No.
no, we didn't. And I think there was maybe like one or two, and we were like, all right, where are we going?
Yeah.
But I don't think we ended up going anywhere. There's a lot of places that I want to go to.
Let's hear where you
Um,
want to go.
I've never been to Brighton.
You're messing up, but okay.
Yes.
I know. So I've never been to Brighton, so I want to go to them. Um, I want to go to Haunted Overload.
Ooh.
Uh, yeah. I love Reapers. I can't wait for their new attraction to come out. So I'm not going back until their new attraction comes out. So I'm kind of just waiting because it's a long drive and I don't want to make that drive because we normally
Where was that
just
one?
end up
Reapers?
Reapers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so far and we'll end up just staying the night when we go there because we don't want to drive home after that. And we hang out so late and go so early. There's like a pizza shop around the corner from Reapers that you have made our little tradition that we go to.
Yeah, our
But
Reapers Day starts at 11 a.m. And we
yeah,
drive up, we do the behind the scenes tour, hang out, eat, then we go through the haunt and get out of there probably midnight one. So we normally
yeah,
stay up there.
Yeah, we say.
yeah. We find really funny hotels that are like really bad and like have cockroaches in them always. We've stayed in some crappy ones up there, but you live and you learn when you
Hey,
go up in that area.
listen, I don't I could stay at whatever hotel I want for my job, but
Yeah.
there's no Hiltons by haunts. So
Yeah.
I stay at some dumps just to collect points for hotels near haunts.
Yeah.
So with your want to go to Brighton, they're open for St. Patty's.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff open. I
And
think we were
honestly, their show in the off season is just as good as their show in the season.
I
I've
agree.
heard that, and we've got friends that work at Brighton, so I've always wanted to go because I've heard great things. So we'll see what happens. I just don't know if it's going to be in the cards coming up.
Yeah, it's March 15th. They're open for St. Patty's.
Yeah, we have Valentine's Day coming up, so there's a couple places open for that. So we'll see. We'll see.
We'll be at
But
Laurel's and Penhurst. That's where we're heading.
nice. Yeah. So I gotta figure it out because we're supposed to leave for to go visit my dad in Fort Lauderdale right after the Valentine's Day haunt. So we're leaving that Wednesday. So I'm like, oh,
Yeah, it's tough.
yeah.
All right, so you got any questions left,
No.
my dear?
Mm-mm.
You got any questions for us? Anything you want to we missed that you want to bring up, or whatever you want to do?
No, I just, I don't know. I could say Cheeks is probably my most fun character that I've ever done. I've done a lot of different characters. Um, my second favorite character was the Silent Hill Nurse at Corn of Chaos. That was a fun character too.
Silent Hill
But
Nurse, very cool.
yeah.
Oh.
Other than that, no. I mean, I'm an open book. If you guys ever have more questions, then
Oh yeah, well we'll definitely have you back on because I like to pin and prod at people.
Well, hopefully we see you out there as Cheeks doing something.
yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see how the knees hold up in the next few months and go from there.
So you know what's even crazier? It's been officially 10 years since we met you at
Yeah.
Bloodshed.
Yeah. Yeah, this will be coming up will be my 10th well, I guess I just finished my 10th season of being at Bloodshed, which was their first year of the hayride.
Yep.
So, yeah, sitting on the back of the wagon, just
Uh-huh.
talking
Yes.
with
10
Britt
years
and
ago.
yeah. Yeah, it was look, you can't get rid of us. That's for
Right.
sure.
No, you guys aren't
No,
going anywhere.
I'm not going anywhere personally,
I still
but
have you and Grin on the side of that wall over there. I see you guys every time I walk into my studio.
there you go. There you go.
All
Believe
right.
me, I see this guy everywhere I go.
Yeah. Yeah.
He used to be in my bedroom. My whole bedroom used to be like this. Now I got it at least contained to a different room.
Yeah, I'm only allowed in here. But luckily I
Yeah.
got a pretty big office.
You do have a big office. I've
Well-
been in there before.
Oh yeah. Part of it's being held up by
Storage right now.
storage because we have a basement issue because it's a house that was built around the witch hunt. But
Yep.
we'll figure that out because I'm gonna end up putting a green screen over there so we can do even more fun videos.
That would be neat.
Yeah, we're gonna fully laid out office here. Plus, I
There
want to
you
get
go.
like a longer desk.
Yeah.
I think that'd be easy. We'll see. Changes in the works,
Always. Always changes.
and you guys are gonna have to come over soon too because I miss you bastards.
Yeah.
But they're too
We'll have
busy.
to plan
I
something.
know.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Maybe we'll come to an off-season haunt with you guys.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't know what we're doing for St. Patty's Day yet.
Yeah, let us know when and where and we'll come bother you guys.
Yeah.
You know we're a fun time going through haunts. We went through media night with you at Field
Yeah.
one time.
That was fun.
That was fun.
We had honorary Halloween Haunt 365 members that night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anytime you want us, let us know. We'll come join the crew.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I still got my shirt.
Nice. Yeah, I've been through so many merch shops, and this shit is such a nightmare.
Yeah,
Ah. But
I get it.
you ready?
I'm ready.
I know you got work to do.
I do. I have work to
Yeah.
do.
All right, guys. Cheeks, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate it.
It's always a great time talking to you.
Yes. It was a blast. I told you we get your own show.
There you go. I mean, you did Kayla before me.
It just worked out that way. Like I get that a lot, but here's the deal. Whoever's ready is up. That's basically what I have to do here because, like, for this week example, I'm driving to Buffalo tomorrow, and I have no idea when I'm coming home. So it's
Yeah.
like, hey, can you do right here with this 1 day notice?
Yep. Yep.
So I've been trying
get
to knock out 2 a weekend, so I'm filled up. So in case I get stuck, we're not without a show on Monday.
Yeah.
But yeah. All right, guys. This has been Halloween Haunts 365. Make sure you subscribe, like, and follow Valley of Fear on all the social media platforms, and make sure you get your tickets when they go on sale, because I have a feeling this is going to be a year like last year where you don't want to miss it.
I agree.
All right, guys, but we will see you next Monday.
Bye.